last night we're watching the game, and post game, LeBron is getting interviewed. And I thought, listen, I thought this was interesting for a couple of reasons because, kind of the way I started the show, ESPN, LeBron James, Steph Curry deliver as Lakers win Christmas Classic. LeBron was asked yesterday, what makes playing on Christmas so special? He said LeBron and Steph Curry. Said that with a smile. Obviously, those two players delivered. Bron's about to turn 40. But then not even a question came. This is just LeBron that was talking during the broadcast or right at the end. And the interview's coming to an end. He says, I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day. He's obviously talking about the NFL having a couple games earlier in the day. And by the way, both not good games. Kansas City blew out Pittsburgh. Baltimore blew out Houston. Those are two teams that went on the road and handled business, and I'm sure we'll probably be facing each other again in the AFC Championship game. We'll see what happens. Buffalo's good. Chargers look like they're a decent team as well. Pittsburgh, maybe not. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is I just thought it was interesting that LeBron had to go out of his way and say, I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day. Let's talk about the domination of the NFL here real quick. And, when we talk about the NBA and some of the issues that they're having and NBA ratings going down, and that's been a big conversation over the last 30 days. It's been a big conversation. But I was thinking about it. I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day. You can't claim something is your day just because it was your day in the past. Okay? People have to want your product. I'm not the guy to ask about this, but I did have a moment yesterday. We went to my grandma's for Christmas. And we had some family come over first. My sisters, my nieces, everything came over to my mom's house. So we got together like around 11 a.m. And then we went to my grandma's. And there's a reason why I'm giving you this example. We went to my grandma's around 1:30, 2 o'clock for a late lunch. When my family came over, my brother-in-law has the game on, the NBA game on. And I think it was Knicks Spurs was the game. I think that was the first game. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, what do you mean, what am I doing? I got the NFL game, or I got the NBA game on. I'm like, Chiefs are at Pittsburgh. We got to put Mahomes on. He's like, yeah, but the NBA's on. I'm like, here's me, the biggest NBA fan that you could think of. I'm like, I'm not watching San Antonio versus the Knicks when the Chiefs are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, put the NFL game on. Again, you don't get bigger than a basketball and NBA fan than me. But I'm also looking at this like, guys, it's December 25th. It's Christmas. This game is fun, but this game doesn't mean everything. If Kansas City wins, they clinch the AFC, this, that. We go to my grandma's house. Couple hours later. We got like a group of us that are all around the TV. I didn't get many, hey, let's watch Dallas versus Minnesota. What I got more of, Baltimore is at Houston. Let's go ahead and watch that game. Let's take our chances watching an NFL game. The reason why I mention all this is because Christmas used to be the NBA's day. That used to be the day where everyone would kind of sit back and say, the NBA season has started. Now, for me, the NBA season started October 1st. Training camp started. Then all of a sudden you got the preseason games. Then the NBA, then the actual regular season games start. I'm watching NBA from the beginning, but I'm not the right person to ask because I'm going to watch NBA no matter what. If 63s are being thrown up and they're only shooting 20%, I'm still watching the NBA. That's just, I love basketball and I love the NBA. But I was a perfect example yesterday when LeBron says, I love the NFL, but Christmas is our day. Even me was like, yeah, Bron, when those games are done, then I'll come watch the NBA. And that's kind of what happened. I say this because let me paint for you the picture of the NFL schedule this week. This is insane when you think about it, okay? Let's start with Monday. The NFL had a game on Monday Night Football. They had two games on Wednesday, Christmas. They have a game tonight, Thursday Night Football. They got games coming up on Saturday because they always do this towards the end of the season. And then, of course, they have Sunday. Christmas is not the NBA's day. NFL, anytime they want it to be their day, it's the NFL's day. It just is. That's how we are in the States here. This is, in this country, NFL is king. And this is coming from somebody that's as big as an NBA fan. Did you guys just hear what I said? The NFL played 5 different days this week. And you know which day was the NFL? Every day the NFL played. They want to play Monday? Cool, they win. They want to play Wednesday on Christmas with 5 NBA games? Cool, they win. They want to go Thursday night football. They want to go Saturday. They want to go Sunday. They can play anytime they want. There was another article that came out yesterday. So 5 games. Oh, by the way, this is just another kind of puts things in perspective. What networks are they playing on? They're on Prime. They're on Amazon. They're on Netflix. They're on ESPN, ABC. They're on NBC. They're on CBS, and they're on Fox. So not only are they playing any day they want, they're also telling every network, we'll give you a little piece of the pie. We'll give you a little piece of the pie. There's a little crumbs for you on this network. Oh, we're the big streaming services. Yeah, you can go ahead and have Christmas. You can have this. They're not only picking which days they want, they're telling all these powerful networks, yeah, we'll give you a day. Yeah, we'll give you the morning. We'll give you the afternoon. We'll give you the Thursday night game. Doesn't get any more powerful than this. Okay, one more thing on that because I think there is something about the NBA and NFL and everything else. Here's what the NBA has to work towards. Last night they were fortunate that LeBron and Steph Curry did what they did. They're still carrying the league. They had KD and Nikola Jokic on later in the night. Earlier, obviously, they had the Knicks, they had the Celtics, they had Philly. They're trying to grab all the right markets. They're trying to find the stars that they have, and they're hoping and praying that it works out. One of the issues I think the NBA has, they're still putting so much stock on LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry. They're still asking those players to carry the league. And I do think that's the biggest difference in the NFL. In the NFL, it doesn't matter what market you're in. It doesn't even really matter who's playing. I mean, of course, if you got Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes, all right, that's must watch. It's Josh Allen versus you pick whoever it is. Okay, that's much must watch. But one of the issues I think that the NBA is having, I mean, you really want to promote your stars, but I think they're so dependent on a few players and they're so dependent on a few markets. I'm not telling you that the Cavs and the Oklahoma City Thunder should have had to play yesterday, but the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference and the number 1 team in the Western Conference were not on TV yesterday. They weren't. Why? Because the NBA is so dependent on the market size and they're so dependent on the stars. And I don't know if they're doing a good enough job of properly promoting who the next stars are going to be in this league. But Shea wasn't on a TV last night. He's one of the top 5 players in the NBA. They got the number 1 record in the Western Conference. Why wasn't he on there? Because they're the Oklahoma City Thunder. Where the NFL, you're not depending on the market. The NBA is depending so much on the market. All right, let's look at some of these comments here, and let's keep things rolling here. Since the NFL games were on Netflix, Lee, do you think they got the numbers they were expecting? Okay, it's almost like you were in our living room yesterday. They probably didn't get the numbers they were expecting, but they make up for that because they tell Netflix, we're not going to get the same numbers as if you were on traditional cable or, an ABC where everyone has access to it, or an NBC. So I'm sure for their pocketbooks, Netflix has to pay in order to meet whatever that criteria is. Slee, do you see the games that the NBA has on Christmas? All were great. Well, the NFL games weren't good, so you're right about that. But you're just at a stage of the season for the NFL where the games are more important, and you only play 17 home games. And, oh, by the way, Patrick Mahomes was playing, C.J. Stroud was playing, Lamar Jackson was playing. You had a lot of the big hitters that were playing, or young players that got a promising future. So I think that has something to do with it as well. Let's see what he got here. LBJ seemed like he was begging for crumbs when he said NBA was our day. I'm not, listen, I noticed that too. That's why I brought it up. I genuinely brought that up because when LeBron says this is our day, I'm like, it's not your day because you say it's your day. It's your day because the masses agree it's your day. Because the public viewing audience is saying, NFL, it's cool that you got a couple games on, but I'm locked in on the NBA. That doesn't happen. They're locked in on the NFL, and the NBA is getting, whatever's left over. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Timothy, thank you so much for your observation there. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Such great insight. Thank you so much, Timothy. Timothy, just come on here and have a regular conversation with us. We're all in. All right, let's see what else we got here. I can watch an entire NFL game with no rooting interest. Hard to do that for any other sport, and I love the NBA. Ray, I'm with you. And listen, I'm not. I honestly, everybody's got this issue. It's not like it's the NBA versus the NFL. College football had their playoff. One of the articles that came out on ESPN was talking about how the college football playoff did not beat out the NFL games that were on Saturday. Saturday NFL games top college football playoff viewership. So this is not just an NBA issue. This is a NFL is king. And whenever they're done eating, everybody else can get in line to eat. Basically, what you're fighting for in all these networks is who's grabbing second place. Yeah, the article had, what did this have here? It said SMU and Penn State averaged 6.4 million viewers on TNT networks compared with Texans and Chiefs on NBC averaged 15.5 million. Yeah, that's not, but that matchup, if you told me it was Ohio State and Penn State or it was Georgia, Notre Dame, then we're talking about, those numbers are going to be closer. Clemson, Texas drew 8.6 million compared to Steelers, Ravens, 15.4 million. But then later in the night, when there was no competition with the NFL, Indiana, Notre Dame did 13.4 million. Tennessee, Ohio State did 14.3. So again, this isn't a shot at the NBA. This is everybody else is fighting for second place because obviously nobody's going against the NFL on that front. Okay, one other thing I got on the NFL, and then I got some NBA news as well. Chiefs are now 15-1 like it's nothing. They've won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls. They're going to be able to sit for 2 to 3 weeks and just kind of rest and relax and get healthy before the playoffs start. Speaking of everything runs through the, we were talking about everything runs through the Celtics. Yeah, everything's going to run through the Chiefs, of course. Again, every single year that's the case.